What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Foot Birthday Van Dijk. So this is probably one of the weirdest cards that we're going to be doing. Striker Van Dijk. Obviously we are going to bring him into CDM. I think you've got to be a madman to have him in the striking role. Obviously still a very nice card. You can't really use him striker. He doesn't play very well, but the CDM role is pretty much where this card lies. Before we get into this, if you do enjoy these videos, make sure you smash that like button. Can we get to 15 likes for this special Van Dijk? And can you subscribe for more content? We're nearly at 2k, or we may be hitting 2k around about now if we when this video does go out. So if I have, absolutely brilliant. If not, we're still plugging. Can we subscribe? So Van Dijk special Foot Birthday card. Van Dijk has had an incredible season. He has got a normal 85 card, an 88 centre-back winter upgrade. He then has an 89 in form, as well as a UCL, as well as this Foot Birthday. He has a 92nd in form, 91 live Champions League card, 91 third in form, 92 Player of the Month, and a 95 Team of the Year. This guy has had 10 special cards. He has got his own second page. That is how many cards this guy has got. Absolutely incredible season. Team of the Year is fantastic. And let's get into the review for the Foot Birthday. So he's a 2-star skiller with a 3-star weak foot. He is 6'4", right-footed with a medium work rate. So for me, the weak foot's all right. I'll take it. The right foot's 6'4", very big, very strong, very defensive orientated. So we're looking good for a CDM, to be honest. I think the main issue that I'm going to get on with is they don't change how the guy runs. He's a big lad. He doesn't run very agile, and I think that is the only issue with him, is he still plays kind of like he's a centre-back, but more further up the field. It is like me basically bringing this centre-back card and putting him in CDM. It can work. He's very good defending. It's like you've got an extra defender as a CDM, but he doesn't offer anything really going forward in the elements of dribbling or realistically passing too well. But we'll get into the attributes, we'll get into the chem style, and then we'll get into what I did and didn't like about this card, and then we'll overall review it and find out what's coming up next. So, attribute wise, 85 pace, which is doable. I think that is fine. You don't really need to do much. 89 sprint speed, 80 acceleration, I'm quite happy with. The 93 physical is where it's at. He's got 78 stamina, which may be a little bit low, but you won't find too much of an issue with that. Obviously, if you're playing him just as a CDM and stay back, you will keep a lot of stamina in that card. He does have 94 jumping, 99 strength, and 89 aggression, which means physicality you don't really need to touch at all, as obviously you can't get the stamina up with any chem styles. So for me, that is fine. You can't really argue with that. The defensive element of him is an 88 interceptions, 84 head and accuracy, 86 marking, and 91 standing tackle with 85 sliding tackle. So again, you can see already he's very defensive orientated. He's got a very nice defend on him. Passing wise, 73 free kick accurate. Well, actually, no, get rid of that one. 79 short pass, 81 long pass. He's not the greatest on the ball. Doesn't feel too, not confident, because he was quite composed on the ball, but he just didn't feel like he could do much apart from kind of intercept and tackle, and then possibly pass to the side and work his way up. He didn't really go much into the attacking role, so for me, he was basically like having him in centre-back again, to be honest. Obviously, he's like the 5th centre-back. If you're playing 4 at the back, him as the CDM, you practically got 5 at the back pretty much with him. Then we do have 92 reactions, 81 ball control, and also 92 composure. So like I said, was alright on the ball. It was okay. A bit clunky, a bit kind of easy, not easy to move, very not sharp, and that sometimes can be an issue when you want a CDM to be a bit more comfortable on the ball, a bit more about him, and can move left and right quite easily. So for me, he was basically like having another centre-back, which necessarily isn't the whole point of having a CDM. And he is still OP, he still did quite well. But for me, I definitely wouldn't have him as a CM, cam, or striker at the very least. He does have 99 shot power with 92 long shots, so you can have a pop if he does make it to get himself in range. But for me, he didn't really come up too far, as I obviously have him on stay back. So he was meant to be a defender practically. So for me, the chem style you're looking at, I'd say it depends on what you want to do. For me, I would go with a passing, possibly go for maybe a catalyst, which will get you 78 passing and 95 pace. Or you could go for something like Artist, which would give you 87 dribbling and 79 passing. That's always very nice to have. You could also go with potentially getting some physical on the Architect. I personally wouldn't do it, but you do get 81 passing from it. And then realistically, I think they're the only ones that you want practically on this card. Apart from that, I'm just looking if there's any more that I've just skipped over. But I think, for me, it's going to have to be the Artist, realistically, for me. Personally, what I did and didn't like about him, well, start off with the bads. Stamina was okay. It's not the greatest. It was doable, but I mean, obviously that can be a little bit better, which means I don't have to bring him off or don't have to worry about him getting a little bit tired. The clunkiness to me was quite a considerable factor that marks him down, as I want a CDM to be a bit more on the ball, be able to kind of spread the play a lot easier than what Van Dijk does. He does feel very clunky and very unsharp to move, so that is a big difference for me. Shooting wise, obviously, if you have him having him as CDM, you're not really going to see too much of that. He did have a couple of pop shots and a few headers here and there, but didn't do too much going forward. The defensive aspect of him and the physical is absolutely fantastic, like you'd expect from Van Dijk. He is one for in the air for the defending, so you can always assume that he is going to be good with that. So for me, I'm giving him a 8.5. I thought he was very good, but it did feel like just another centre-back, and there's never a problem with that. Having 5 at the back to practically makes your defence a lot stronger, and he is very good as the defender. But for me, I was a little bit let down to see that he really didn't have much going forward. Obviously, the passing element is not great. Dribbling is somewhat okay, but he's not agile. He hasn't got much balance, and for me, that's a really low point for him. So, hopefully you did enjoy this video. Have you used him yet? He's only 430k on the Xbox and 460 on the PlayStation. So for me, if this card was absolute banging, I'd expect that to be at least to the 550, 600 mark, which it basically tells you there. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Which Van Dijk are you happy with the most out of his 10 specials? Leave it down below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.